Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our English Learning Podcast, where we help you improve your English step by step in a very simple and natural way. And we are really happy to have you here with us again today.
Yes, welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today because today's topic is something very important for all of us in our daily life, no matter who we are or where we come from.
Today, we are going to talk about something that we all have, but most of us do not really understand or use in the right way, and that is time.
And the topic is the value of time, and before we start, let me ask you a simple question. Why do some people become successful while others keep struggling in the same place for years?
That is a very powerful question, Julia, because the answer is not only about talent or luck, but it is mostly about how people use their time every single day.
Exactly, and today we are going to explore why time is so valuable and how you can start using it in a smarter way from today, not tomorrow.
So, Julia, now let's understand this clearly. When we say the value of time, we are not just talking about hours and minutes on a clock, but we are talking about something much deeper than that.
Yes, Jason, because time is something that every single person in the world has in the same way, rich or poor, young or old. But the difference is how people use it in their daily life.
Exactly. The value of time means understanding that every second is important, and once a moment passes, you can never get it back again, no matter how much money or effort you have.
That's right, and it also means that time is more powerful than money, because you can lose money and earn it again, but if you lose time, you can never bring it back.
For example, if a student spends many hours on unnecessary things like scrolling on social media and does not study, then that time is gone forever, and it cannot be replaced.
But if that same student uses that time to learn something new, practice English, or build a skill, then that time becomes very valuable and can change their future.
So in simple words, the value of time means using every moment in a meaningful way so that your future becomes better, not wasted.
And the most important idea here is this. Time is not just passing, it is actually shaping your life.
Now, Julia, let's talk about something very real. Why do people actually waste time even when they know time is so important?
Yes, Jason, this is a big question because almost everyone says I don't have time, but still they often spend hours doing things that are not really useful for their future.
One of the main reasons is distraction. In today's world, we have phones, social media, videos, games, and so many things that constantly take our attention away from important work.
That's true, and sometimes it's not even about technology. People also waste time because they feel lazy or tired, and they delay their work by saying, I will do it later.
Yes, and that later often becomes days, weeks, and even months. And before they realize it, a lot of valuable time is already gone.
Another reason is lack of clear goals. When people don't know exactly what they want in life, they don't have direction, so they easily get lost in small, unimportant activities.
For example, a student who does not have a study plan might spend hours just moving from one thing to another without completing anything meaningful.
And sometimes people don't even notice that they are wasting time because it feels normal in the moment, but later they feel regret when they see no progress in their life.
So the truth is, time waste usually doesn't happen in one big moment. It happens in small habits every single day.
And if we understand these habits, we can slowly change them and start using our time in a much better and smarter way.
Now, Julia, let's move to something very inspiring. How successful people actually use their time in a different way compared to others.
Yes, Jason, because when we look at successful people, we often think they have more time than others, but the truth is they have the same 24 hours like everyone else.
Exactly. The difference is not the amount of time they have, but how carefully and wisely they use each hour of their day.
One important habit is planning. Successful people usually plan their day in advance, so they already know what they are going to do before the day even starts.
Yes, and because of that planning, they don't waste time thinking, what should I do next? They simply follow their plan and stay focused.
Another important thing is focus. They try to do one important task at a time instead of doing many things together and getting distracted.
And they also avoid unnecessary distractions. For example, they don't spend hours just scrolling on social media without purpose, because they know their goals are more important.
That's right, and successful people also understand the power of discipline. Even when they don't feel motivated, they still do their important work because they have trained themselves to stay consistent.
We can also see this in students, athletes, and business people. They don't rely only on motivation, they rely on habits and systems.
So, in simple words, successful people treat time like something very precious, almost like money, and they try to invest it in things that give them long-term results.
And that is why, over time, their small daily actions turn into big success in their life. Now, Julia, let's come to the most important part of today's discussion. How can we actually start valuing our time in real life, not just in theory?
Yes, Jason, because understanding the value of time is good, but what really matters is how we apply it in our daily routine.
Exactly. The first simple step is setting clear daily goals. When you wake up in the morning, you should already have an idea of what important things you want to complete that day.
That's right, because when you have no plan, your time gets easily lost in random activities. But when you have a goal, your mind stays focused and organized.
Another very powerful tip is using a simple to-do list. It doesn't have to be complicated, just writing 3 to 5 important tasks can completely change how you use your day.
Yes, and another important habit is reducing phone usage. Many people don't realize how much time they lose just by checking social media again and again without any real purpose.
And even small changes can make a big difference. For example, instead of spending 1 hour on your phone, you can use that time to learn English, read something useful, or practice a skill.
Also, one powerful rule is don't delay your work. If something is important and you can do it now, try to start immediately instead of saying, I will do it later.
Because later often becomes never. And that is how many people lose their valuable time without even realizing it.
So, in simple words, valuing your time means being intentional with your actions, making small, smart choices every day that lead you closer to your goals.
And when you start doing that consistently, you will notice that your life becomes more productive, more organized, and much more meaningful. Now, Julia, before we finish today's episode, let's talk to our listeners from the heart, because understanding time is not enough. We also need motivation to actually change our habits.
Yes, Jason, because many people already know that time is important, but still they feel stuck, they feel lazy, or they feel like they will start tomorrow, and that tomorrow never really comes.
But the truth is very simple. Every single day, you are either moving forward in your life or you are staying in the same place, and the difference is only how you use your time.
And even small moments matter. 1 hour wasted today may look small, but when you repeat it every day, it becomes weeks, months, and even years of lost opportunity.
So instead of waiting for the perfect time, start with the time you have right now, even if it is just a small step, because small steps every day create big results over time.
And remember, you don't need to change your whole life in one day. You just need to improve your time little by little, day by day, and be a little better than yesterday.
Because your future is not created in one big moment. It is created in thousands of small moments that you are living right now.
So believe in yourself, trust the process, and respect your time, because time is the one thing you can never get back once it is gone.
All right, everyone. Let's quickly summarize what we learned today about the value of time in a very simple way.
Yes, first we learned that time is extremely valuable, even more than money, because money can be earned again, but time once gone can never come back.
Then we talked about why people waste time and how distractions, laziness, and lack of goals can slowly take away our precious hours without us even noticing.
After that, we learned how successful people use their time wisely by planning their day, staying focused, and avoiding unnecessary distractions.
And finally, we shared practical tips like setting goals, using a to-do list, and taking action immediately instead of delaying important work.
So the final advice is very simple. Respect your time, because your time is your life, and how you use it today will decide your future tomorrow.
So everyone, this is the end of today's episode. And we really hope you understood the value of time and how important it is to use it wisely in your daily life.
Yes, and now it's your turn. Don't just listen, but start taking action from today. Even a small change in how you use your time can make a big difference in your future.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow our podcast and keep practicing English with us every day.
Thank you so much for listening, and we truly appreciate your time with us today.
Take care, stay focused, and remember, time is your most valuable resource.
Goodbye, everyone, and see you in the next episode.